There's only 8 years left in the United States. That's it. That's all the time that we have left. President Biden just signed a new executive order, and it's pretty scary.
That's why today I'm signing an executive order setting out a target of 50% of all passenger vehicles sold by 2030 will be electric and set in motion an all-out effort.
So in that 8 years, the United States must move away from fossil fuels and fully into electric vehicles. But I don't think that we're going to get there because we have an even bigger problem on our hands. I want you to watch today's video until the end because I'm going to lay out a case for America's energy crisis and where I'm putting my money right now. Now, I'm not saying I'm betting against the United States, but I just don't see how exactly we pull this off. So right now, of course, one of the biggest problems we have in the United States is that we have to move away from fossil fuels. We have to move away from our dependence on Russian oil, Venezuelan oil, or any other autocratic nation where we get our oil. Saudi Arabia, for crying out loud. Which, by the way, how in the world are we still friends with Saudi Arabia after all they've done to us? And that's where we're getting our oil? I mean, it's absolutely horrible. We've got to get away from these guys. Don't even get me started on all of that. But the biggest problem the United States has right now is that we are running into a severe supply and demand situation with lithium once again. Now, if you've been watching my show for any length of time, you know that I'm very bullish on commodities and investing in commodities, specifically lithium. Now, when you have Elon Musk devoting huge resources for lithium exploration so that Tesla can produce as many batteries as possible, you want to pay attention to this sector. The problem is that there are just too few companies out there producing and exploring lithium. And by the way, lithium is just one piece of this entire move to electric energy puzzle, just one mineral out of many that are involved in this. And we are at an inflection point right now because of this incredible demand and the lack of supply. Now, the last time this happened, some of the world's top lithium companies exploded in value, and investors made a crap ton of money. One example I have is Lithium America Corporation. It went from 93 cents a share to $10.40 a share. Another company, Galaxy Resources, they're a lithium company, went from 15 cents a share to $2.75 a share. Another lithium company, Albemarle, they ran from $45 up to $137 a share. So you can see why I'm pretty bullish on this sector. But I'm not even looking at any of these three companies right now, because I actually found one that's better, much better, and has a huge upside. I'm going to show it to you right now. And it's trading at a ridiculously low 3 cents a share. At the time of this video, 3 cents a share. You could literally buy hundreds of shares of this company for almost nothing and watch it explode in value over the next few months. It's all about supply and demand, guys. Unfortunately, there's not enough lithium to supply this support for the EV boom right now. Even the International Energy Agency just put out a warning that the supply of minerals crucial for technologies such as wind turbines and electric vehicles will have to be ramped up over the next decade if the planet's climate targets are to be met. They say at least 30 times as much lithium, nickel, and other key minerals may be required by the electric car industry by 2040 to anywhere near get close to that global climate targets. If you care about the environment and you care about making money, then this is a perfect storm. It's a perfect inflection point, guys. So this whole supply and demand problem is happening all over again. President Biden signs this executive order, moving America's combustion engine vehicles to electric energy by 2030. Yeah, 50% of them, but still a massive move. We only have 8 years to get there. And I don't believe that we're going to be able to be honest with you. I really don't. I think they're going to have to move this marker further down the line because we just don't have the supply. The world is going to see 125 million electric vehicles on the road. In fact, we're expecting demand for battery, metals, and lithium specifically will increase sharply over the next years. All of these automakers are getting rid of their internal combustion engines. I mean, all you needed to do was watch the Super Bowl commercials, right, to see where this is going. All of those companies running those Super Bowl commercials about their new electric vehicles, they weren't promoting their old combustion engines any longer. So I've told you about some of the companies that I've seen where their shares went from like 15 cents on up to $10 a share, right, during these supply and demand crunches. But there's one company that I'm watching very closely right now, and I think it has enormous upside. And that company is Recharge Resources Canada. Now, here's the stock ticker. It's on your screen. This is the stock ticker in the United States, SLLTF. It's right here on the screen. I believe this company is primed to help significantly with this supply shortage. Why? Because this company, Recharge Resources, is currently looking to identify and explore and develop complementary battery technologies to meet this demand. And they are uniquely positioned to acquire mining properties that produce all of these battery materials to meet this demand, not just lithium. So Recharge Resources has diversified itself as a company across multiple battery metals, not just lithium, but lithium, yes, that's included, but nickel as well, and cobalt. Now, if you've watched my videos over the past couple of years, you've heard me talk about nickel, you've heard me talk about cobalt. This company has all three.
It's also worth mentioning that although something is called lithium ion, the actual percentage of lithium in a lithium ion cell is approximately 2%. So, I mean, technically our cells should be called nickel.
Nickel graphite.
Yeah, exactly, nickel graphite, because the primary constituent in the cathode is, or in the cell as a whole, is nickel.
As I dig deeper into this and I look at these companies' projects right now, I'm looking at how they recently announced an expansion of one of their big nickel projects in Prince George, British Columbia. That project has increased tremendously, pulling an enormous amount of nickel from that area. That's in addition to their Murray Lake, their nickel project there, and Georgia Lake as well. All of those, and then their lithium sites. So when we look at their West Lithium site, that's the RockTech project. That's 160 kilometers northeast of Thunder Bay and within the Thunder Bay mining division. You might not need to look at this or care about this, but just to understand, lithium discovered in this area back in 1955, and right now their phase 1 exploration program is now being planned to test both those claim blocks throughout the active 2022 season. So if you understand lithium, you understand the exploration, you know that that's very, very important. Right now, the global battery metals market was valued at about 11 billion in 2019. That's the last time we have an estimate. It's expected to reach 20 billion by 2025. So think about that. That jump that we have, the demand for battery metals expected to jump 500% in the next 25 years. So for any of these things to happen and to put additional millions of electric vehicles on the road and get fossil fuel cars off the road, the demand for lithium, cobalt, nickel are expected to jump to the moon. This stock I'm telling you about again is only 3 cents a share right now. Do your own research on this company. Even if you picked up just $100 worth of this stock, that would give you over 3,000 shares. I mean, do the math on that. And then look what happened to those other companies in this sector recently. You'll need to use one of the bigger brokerages like E-Trade or Fidelity to trade this stock. I personally use E-Trade for any of the OTC or penny stocks or smaller cap stocks that I purchase. You can't use one of the smaller brokerages like Webull or Robinhood or anything like that. You have to use one of the big boys. Do your own due diligence on this company. I think you'll see what I see in this and the huge upside potential for a EV revolution and Recharge Resources, which is primed to take advantage of this. We'll see you next time, everyone.